All right, I got to share this with you because it's a really important problem that's got to be solved. And, if you have a trust or if you're thinking about creating a trust, what I'm about to share with you is like a key problem that's got to be solved so that your intentions are actually carried out, right? Because the whole point of creating an estate plan is to make sure that the people you want to get your assets. And more importantly, the purpose of creating a trust is to make sure that the people that you want to get your assets get them much more quickly and with less hassle. Like that's the whole point of creating these documents, right? So what I want to say to you is that there's this problem that arises in estate planning when people don't understand that the estate planning process has two steps to it. The first step is the creation of the documents. And in our case, I want to talk about the creation of a living trust, which actually becomes, and I think this is really cool, right? It becomes a magic box, right? And this magic box that is this living trust, why is it magical? It's because it actually avoids going through this probate process that a will has to go through, okay? When you create a will, that has to go to the probate court and the judge has to say, oh, okay, was this done on purpose? Was there any fraud? Was there any undue influence? Or, where are the assets? How do we marshal them up and give them to the right people? This whole process, and it costs a lot of money. It takes, in average, it takes maybe more than a year to get your estate to go through that process. And it, costs, tens of thousands of dollars. I think $1 million estate in California is like 23 grand, and it's only up from there. How much are houses worth out here? You know what I mean? So it's a lot of money. It's a lot of time. So you don't necessarily want to have a will if you have substantial assets. If you have real estate, if you have minor children, a trust is a better vehicle. But the trust only works if you understand how to use the magic box, okay? So you create this instrument, this trust, and it becomes this magic box that avoids probate. That's what's cool about it. But only what's in the box actually avoids the probate process. So there's two stages to estate planning, and I see this every year where people forget to fund the trust. They forget to transfer assets. So your house, it's got to get put in the box. A new deed has to be drafted. An attorney probably should do that for you, or with your bank accounts, they have to get put into the trust, or they have to pay on death to the trust. With life insurance, it depends on how you do it. If it's minor children, you can have it pay out to the trust and then it'd be distributed to them. With IRAs and brokerage accounts, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit more complicated. If you have questions about it, reach out to me, reach out to your attorney, but understand that the main thing that matters is once you build this trust, this awesome vehicle that avoids probate and saves time and money and creates certainty, that box is empty until every asset is funded or transferred into it. And I see this all the time, that people don't realize that just because they sign the documents doesn't mean that they've actually completed the process. So make sure that with your estate plan that you've actually funded your trust, meaning you've put your stuff in the box.